walking and probably a little less time for organized activities. So what we're going to do every day when you stop, you'll be able to put up your shelter, and then we will provide with you as a company, like within your companies, we will bring a sports wagon into your company with all kinds of activities in the wagon. So we'll have footballs, recorders, Uno games, like just some fun things that you can play as a family. And if your kids still have energy, some of them will want to rest and some of them will want to go and see what kind of activities they can do. We will also have an area where we have pioneer games. So where we have a little bit more open space, we will have some stilts, stick pulls, probably the 9 square game, just some fun things, tug of war, things like that. So if your family is getting a little antsy and it's not quite time for dinner, bring your family over to the pioneer games and you can come and play and just kind of choose what you want to do. And so maybe your family wants a little downtime, that's fine. Maybe your family wants to go to activities. So it's kind of more up to you, and we're just there for you to provide the activities when you want them. Yes.
As a family, you don't have to say as a family. Some want to go to the pioneer games. Some want
Great.
To, you just okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
As long as you feel good about it.
Now, if you want to kick a few out,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Send them our way.
Sometimes they want to go see their friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go play games with your friends. Go. Play some games. Yeah. So tell them that every morning.
So the second morning you'll wake up and everybody will have a little. This is a Liahona. It will have some cute little spindles on it. They haven't been painted yet. But one thing to note, well, inside of the Liahona there will be like a little guide for you.
What we're gonna have in the Liahona every day is a 3x5 card for everybody in your family. Okay? And on the card is gonna have a scripture for the day and then a question. So as you walk,
That's this, right?
yeah, this is more of a like a extended version that we're going to give you tonight, so that you can study the scriptures and the concepts that go along with the question before you go to trek as Maz and Paws, so you can help them to understand what the question is and maybe help them to think deeply about it as you're walking. We thought it would be nice for them to have a 3x5 card that they can put in their pocket, in their apron, and they'll have a scripture on there and then a question. And I'll just give you an example of a question that we have. Like, we'll just start with the second day. The theme is endurance. And so the scripture is, and now it came to pass that the burdens which were laid upon Alma and his brethren were made light. Yea, the Lord did strengthen them that they could bear their burdens with ease. And they did submit cheerfully and with patience to all the will of the Lord. So that's the scripture for the day. And then the question is, when have you faced a challenge the Lord didn't take away, but instead gave you strength to endure? What blessing did you gain from this experience? So they'll have this question in their pocket all day, and then you will encourage them to think about it. This will give you an opportunity with your family to have a mini testimony meeting at some point. You can do it as you're walking. You can do it when you stop for lunch. You can do it at night when it's quiet. But we would really like you to sit around with your family and have everybody in the family answer the question. Some people aren't as readily excited about bearing testimony, but by answering this question, they really are sharing their testimony with each other, and they will learn from each other, and their testimonies will grow by this experience.
And that's daily, right?
That's daily.
Yeah, that's
Starting
daily.
the second day, the Liahona will be there the second morning, so there'll be 3 days of the Liahona.
Yeah. And then one thing to note on the Liahona is it's a hamster ball. It opens from the top. If you try to pry open the seam, it will break.
It will break, and it won't be.
And you will get lost in the wilderness. You don't get a second.
Yeah. And one other thing, we're going to provide one of these for each family, and Jackie's going to talk more about this, but they're tabs, and then inside there's going to be quotes from prophets and things like that. And then we'd love to provide one for each one of the children, but it's just too expensive. So we're providing one for families. So as your kids are trekking and they want to study some scriptures or look at this, they can dig into this, because this is awesome, because the tabs have themes. And at the end, we are encouraging the Maz and Paws to give this to one of your children that you can tell it meant a lot to them, or if they were interested in it, or they like to dig into it, okay? And then we'll also provide you with a journal, and it's going to have, they can put their 3x5 cards with the questions every day inside of this. This is going to be glued. And then also inside there's going to be some Pioneer songs that will be glued in the back of the journal. So those will be provided. before you leave today, be sure you grab one of these so you can study this, and this will also be on the website.
We'll put them over by the medical kits.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Mark and Mary.